Hey YouTube viewers, Joe here with another Joe's Drum Tips. I haven't made one of these in a while. I've kind of been doing the toy thing, but this was something I thought about recently, having been in studio. My band, formerly known as Roulette, is now Cult of She. It's called with two T's. Is recording, and there were some things I practiced before going into the studio that if it's your first time going in and you've never recorded before, there's three things I just wanted to bring up, or maybe four, that I just want to bring up that might save you some time when getting into the studio, and will your sound engineer and whoever's mixing your album will definitely thank you as a drummer. So I'm going to flip this around and cut it together, and we'll talk about those things. Okay, so very important. Your snare and your toms, you're going to want to murder those in the studio. That sounds a little aggressive, but these are the things you're going to want to hit the hardest in the studio to get all the sound to come through. The more sound you have to come through, the more range you have to play with in the mix, and it's just going to sound better. So your snare, well, I like my snare placement. You play it however you want, but for the optimal hits and sound and snare connection, I like to have it a little bit above my knee. Okay, and this is what you're going to want to practice doing before you go in the studio. Those rim shots. Sorry if that blows out anybody's ears. Those rim shots. You want every snare hit to be a nice connection. Now, obviously, if you're going for something dynamic and softer, play appropriately. But for the sake of recording, you want to get nice connected hits. Okay, it's going to sound better. Otherwise, it's going to sound weak in the mix, and your band's going to buy a superior drummer and replace you. Toms, same thing. You want good, solid connection. So when you're doing fills, don't be afraid to lay into these. Get the sound out of them. Make sure they're tuned right. If you got a guy mixing it in the studio with drums, if he's worth the money you're paying him, he'll probably tune those up for you. And now here's where I see a load of people just screw up completely. Your cymbals. You do not want, contrary to what anyone tells you, you do not want to beat the shit out of your cymbals in studio. You're choking the sound, you're killing the range, alright? You want soft on the cymbals, hard on the toms and snare. Soft on the cymbals, because otherwise, if you're going too hard on here, it's gonna peak in the mix and clip, and it's gonna sound terrible. These are meant to sound good and beautiful, right? So, I mean, you can hit them hard, but don't beat the hell out of them and choke out the sound that they're made to produce. Good, consistent hits, and you're supposed to I fucking missed. You're supposed to swipe your cymbals when you hit them. Get the sound to move, okay, around the room. Elevate the sound of the cymbal. Do not beat the crap out of them. If you have any of these people who will go, "Oh, I break cymbals all the time. It must be really good." No, you're a jackass. You just break your cymbals for what? Why are you breaking them? Okay, third thing that is going to save you a lot of time and make you look like a pro, and your bandmates will thank you, is before you go into studio, if you can, if you have this ability, play to a click. Play to a click for 2 weeks. Okay, 2 weeks. Play all your songs for 2 weeks. To a click. Every day, if you can. 3 times a week. Whatever you can do. Whatever's good for you. But play to a click. When you get in the studio, you're going to play that same click. You're going to know where everything is. You're going to have it mapped out. And, obviously have fun. Play with fills, experiment. But have a couple runs down of your song that do a simple one. Okay? Do one that you can go a little crazy. And then, find that nice middle ground. But play to a click. Your bandmates will thank you. The recording process will go so much smoother, and it's worth it. Trust me, it's absolutely worth it. I hope this little segment was beneficial to some of you. For advice, if it is your first time going in the studio, good luck. I hope it comes out well. Send me your music when you record it. I'd love to hear it. Please check out my band. We're Cult of She, formerly Roulette. We're Roulette for 11 years now. Cult of She. Did a little rebranding over COVID. Cult of She, CULTTOFSHE. We got some new music coming out. It's going to be awesome. Thank you for watching. I'll do some more Toy Talk videos in the future, and take care of yourself.